I'll teach you everything you need to know about positions in 5 minutes. Position is very similar to size in the sense if we look at the size, it takes in 3 values, one for the x, y, and z. And if we look at the position, it's the same sort of ordeal, x, y, and z. If we look at the position, it's the same thing, x, y, and z. If we position a part to 0, 0, 0, that will take it to the center of the world of the game. And part's position is based off the exact middle of the part. So that's saying that the middle of this part is located at 0, 0, 0. All the positions are based off of the middle. So if we change it, for example, the y-axis to 15, it'll move up from the origin 15 studs. If we move it to 25, 0, 0, that'll be 25 studs in the x-axis relative to the middle. And if we make it negative 25, it'll just move it in the other direction. Just like a graph, but with an added z direction. And obviously we can combine multiple axes, like we can make it 25, 15, 0, and it'll move 25 in the x and 15 in the y, and 0 in the z. Let's do all this using a script. So do our little shortcut part, and then to change the position, you write dot position, and it's a vector 3 like size. Dot new, because we're making a new position. Do it 25, 0, 0, and watch it move 25 studs in the x-axis. Ta-da! And negative 25 studs in the opposite direction. Ba-bam! And 25, 15. Oh, it fell down. It wasn't anchored, but it's okay. Its heart was in the right place. Let's anchor the part for now. And let's move it somewhere random, I don't know, over here. And let's say you want to move this part 10 studs up to where it is now. Not just to 0, 10, 0, because that'll move it 10 above the origin. But you want it to move it 10 above where it is right now. There are 2 ways to do this. I'll show you. Similar to how we did with the size, where we took the size.x, we can take the part's position.x and keep it the same because we just want to move it 10 above where it is right now. So the x and z will stay the same, but the y will be whatever it is now plus 10. So we can do this by doing part.position.x, lowercase part, comma, part.position.y, and then plus 10 because we want it to be 10 studs higher. And again, we want to keep the part.position.z because we want the z to stay the same. So let's look at that run. See, it's 10 higher than what it was before because the x and z stayed the same and the y went up by 10. Another method, which is probably the way I would go about doing it, is simply saying I want the part's position to be equal to whatever the part's position is now, but we're going to add an additional vector3.new of 0, 10, 0. So this is saying take the part's position and I want it to be the same exact thing. If we just had this part, the part wouldn't move because we're telling it, hey, I want your position to be equal to whatever your position is right now. So that's not going to change because the position is equal to what it is right now. But you can add a vector 3 to another vector 3 because remember, the position is a vector 3. So you can add in another vector 3 value. In this case, we want to move it up 10 studs in the y-axis, which is up. So that's why we add a vector 3.new and we want it to move up 10 studs. Bam, it does the same exact thing. I think this method is just a little bit cleaner and easier to understand. And like if you wanted to change something, it's a lot easier. You just write like if you want it 15 in the z also, you just change it right there. See, it moved up and back. Again, let's name this part A, and we'll make a red part, name it part B, and assign the variables correctly. Part B. And now let's say we want this green part to go 10 studs above this red part. Can you figure out how to do that using what we just learned? You want to set part A's position to be equal to part B's position. And then you're going to add a vector3.new 10 studs up. So it's going to move the green part to the red part's position and then up 10 studs. See, green part's position to the red part's position and then plus 10 studs in the y direction. Ta-da! And this will work no matter where the red part is. It's always going to go 10 studs above it.